this episode, we're not going to be working on this little car because a lot of the work we're doing is quite boring and we're not going to bore you with it. However, there is another project that I've been wanting to start for some time on my other car, so today we're going to get started on that. So, this is the other car. This is my 2000 Mustang GT. I've had it for about 3.5 years now. Done quite a few modifications to it so far. As you can see, it's got different wheels and tyres on it, bigs and littles. It's a 26-inch tyre on the front with only a 165 width, 28-inch on the back, 275 profile. The main modification is that it's got a supercharger on it, which we did shortly after buying it. Anyone who's owned one of these cars knows that they're not like live in stock form. So we got this from the US, from Kenny Bell. Stock, when I bought it was running 6 psi, and we've changed it to an 8 psi pulley, which is getting close to the limits of the motor. We've put a shift kit in the transmission so it shifts nice and fast. This is an automatic version. Different shifter. Got an air-fuel ratio gauge separately so I can just keep an eye on that when it's on boost. And it's pretty quick. I'd say it's about 400 to 450 horsepower now. I was stuck for a long time on a 1301 quarter mile pass, and then last year I tried the same setup on drag radials and got 12.55, I think it was. So I'm obviously now hunger for 11s, and I've been reading for years that for every 100 pounds of weight you can reduce from a car, you can get 0.1 of a second. So my aim now is to test that theory. If I can get 500 pounds out of this car, still keep it drivable based on my criteria, which I'll post on this video, will that get me down into an 11 second? Hopefully 11.99 or better. And that's what we're going to be doing and testing in this video series. So the first thing we've got to do is top it off with fuel and then get it weighed. So let's go and do that. Okay, so we're back from the public weighbridge, and as you can see there, the weight without me in it is 1,560 kilos. But I have actually done, before I got and weighed it, I've actually done a rear spoiler delete, which was partly because I like the look of it and partly because it makes it lighter. So I've had the holes filled and it resprayed. I know some people like that look, some people don't, but I personally do. So what we've got to do now is weigh the spoiler, and then we can get a starting weight, because it actually did the 12.56 second pass with the spoiler on. So we'll do that. So this is the spoiler on the scales, which Dave is balancing. Try and get a reading on that. What do you make that, Dave?
Half a stone.
In kilos, please. So that to me looks like 3 kilos. So that's what we'll call it. So the total weight to start with is 1,563 kilos. So now we've done these calculations. So the start weight is 1563 kilos, or 3439 pounds. We're aiming to lose 227 kilos, or 500 pounds. That gives us a target weight of 1,336 kilos, or 2,939 pounds. Better get started. Right, well that's just taken me about 5 minutes to get that lot out. So that's a spare wheel, jack, wheel brace, rear seat top, and then all the panelling and stuff from out of the boot. I do intend to go back in and try and get the sound ending out, but that'll be for another day. Now at the moment, Dave's just getting the, can't film him, Dave's just getting the rear seat out. Yeah, we're trying to get the amp rack out now.
Trying, not coming with it. Still holding that.
Hey. One amplifier. Nice.
With amp number 2.
So yesterday we spent a couple of hours in the boot area, or trunk area if you like, and we stripped out the back seats, the panelling, the sound system, and other bits and bobs. So we're going to get on now and weigh it. Right, so we've weighed all the parts that we've taken off, and we're calling this part 1. So they equate to 46.9 kilos, or 133.2 pounds. So this is where we started off. So after part 1, we're now down to 1,516.1 kilos, or 3,335.8 pounds. Which brings the weight to lose down from 227 kilos to 180.1 kilos, or 500 pounds, down to 396.2. So it just shows how much weight there is kicking about in the boot or trunk, that you can afford to lose and still make it really drivable. We'll be back in part 2.